It took me back that day. It wasn't one that you'd just go to sleep at the end of it and forget. No, it was different. Not only was it the day of the heist, something bigger and better was lying ahead. Finally, I could get myself out of this situation. The last job this thief would ever take. I was going clean, done with the life of crime. Never sat well with me, but I got involved early on. They caught me and it didn't end well. But the more this night went on, the more I wondered if it was really what I should steal. The gemstones or that look in their eye. You see, I found a little kitty cat wandering in. The same type, just like me. Eyes far too innocent for a life of crime. And this kitty cat captivated me. There was something different about the way they carried themselves. Something that made me want to protect them. And not to mention, stole all the attention from that sad little gemstone, which now looked nothing more than a rock. Their eyes. Now that was the real gemstone. And as professional as I might be, I was tempted to steal them instead. Not in a criminal way, but in the way I've always been prevalent in, using my silver tongue for something other than lies. I wanted to do something. I wanted to make something of tonight. And here's about how it went. So you're the contact, are you, kitty cat? Didn't think I'd meet you here. What an interesting date we're on, isn't it? Now how am I supposed to feel about this situation? Are you sure you're a thief and not just stealing my heart? Look at yourself. If you can't take me serious, how can I take you? If there isn't trust among thieves, then we're probably pretty good thieves, so I'll consider that a good start. Nice to meet you. For now, you can call me Edmund Noire. Yeah, these names don't really suit me, do they? Well, what's your name? Oh, it's fine if you don't want to tell me, kitty cat. But we're gonna have to get through this one way or the other. You are going through with it, right? You wouldn't be here in that beautiful outfit without it, would you? Oh, the suit's been in my family since my grandfather got it. I'm not used to wearing suits, believe it or not. So this is a bit of a special occasion for me. So I'd wager that we have about a half an hour to waste. Just between you and me. We might as well get to know each other, right? You can tell me as many lies as you like. No promise I'll tell the truth with everything either. We are thieves at the end of the day. But why waste such a beautiful atmosphere? Excuse me, waiter. If you wouldn't mind. Yeah, to the full course meal. What? Might as well enjoy ourselves. Might be our last meal. You never know. Isn't it better to live like it's your last? You never know when you'll catch a stray bullet or end up backstabbed by someone you trust. You wouldn't stab me in the back, would you, kitty cat? Well, I think you know there's higher stakes in this. And because I don't know you, there's a good reason for my hesitation to trust. Though, with that said, I'm not going to be rude to you. Just don't put a knife in my back. It wouldn't be the first time. If you know what I mean. Aw, come on now. You know you're better than that. Threatening me already? Well, I see we're getting to know each other faster than usual. What's next? The ring or first kiss? What are we gonna do? You sure are vulnerable to teasing, huh? Now I'm one to shamelessly mix business and pleasure, but correct me if I'm wrong. That means either you despise me, or maybe I hit a little close to home. Maybe I'm your type? You like the secret agents, huh? Even if right now the secret agent is a thief. Oh, I'm not telling you if that's the truth or not. You'll have to guess it. Look into my eyes. I'd say I couldn't get a read on you, but it's kinda hard to fake that kind of expression. Now, that means one of two things just as well. It means either I really flustered you, or you might just be amazing at acting. In which case, bravo, it suits you. You convinced me already. And as your captive audience for now, I'd like to get inside that brain of yours. What? We're wasting time anyways. We need to. You know we have to be there at exactly 9:30. No moment earlier. You got the same intel, right? Or am I telling a stranger some weird fan fiction I've made in my head about myself? That is the question. Must sound like it. We're role-playing secret agents, thieves, criminals. It all depends, doesn't it? Everything is based in perspective. Now, where do you stand, my darling? Have you gotten sick of me yet? Or is it just something that you've gotten used to by now? If I had to guess, I'd say you're not used to me, not quite yet. You're trying to be, but it's just not working out for you, is it? Look at me. That's right, kitty cat. If you take orders like that, I wonder what happens when we're actually down and dirty for this thievery. Well, it should lead to good things as long as you trust me, of course, but I wouldn't double-cross you. No. Do I look like I would betray such a beautiful kitty? What? I can appreciate beauty objectively, can't I? Or maybe you think it's a little more intimate. And maybe you'd be right. What does it matter, huh? Are you gonna tell me you don't get that chemistry? When I first laid eyes on you, well, I thought a few things, but the first one was, damn. Don't worry about me, though. I won't let it get in the way of work. This is an important job for me. And no doubt for you. You wouldn't risk going in the slammer for this, would you? No. You're not that kind of person, are you? You're someone who thinks things through. Otherwise, you would have tried something by now, wouldn't you? Try and get more information, fish for things. And if you're doing it, then bravo, because no one's ever pulled a fast one on me yet. And if you're able to, honestly, I'd have to give you a round of applause there. Mostly because absolutely no one crosses me. But it's interesting. You do feel a little more relaxed now. Ready to fess up about something real about yourself? Maybe 20 questions and only one of them is real. I'm kidding, what's the point of secrecy? Personal lives within reason won't really affect the job now, will they? No. You know better, though. You're cautious. You've been through something, haven't you? My condolences. And understand that I'm not pursuing anything. Unless you are too, in which case... Well, I can think of a few crazy ways this night ends. Oh, looks like your foot slipped right into my knee. That stings. It was worth it. You're fun to tease, what can I say? But you should know better than to trust anything that comes out of my mouth unless it's about me. In which case you should trust it unconditionally. Because I might just be the most trustworthy man in this city. I wish I was joking. It's the sad truth. Me, as well as the city, have our secrets. But the difference is, I tend to tell mine. So if you stick around long enough, which you probably won't, you might just see something you've never dreamed of seeing before. That's about the best I got, though, kitty cat. The city ain't big enough for the two of us, is it? I always wanted to say that, but I think it's quite the opposite. If anything, it's too big, too vast, too many secrets, too many eyes watching, too many people who want something and don't care what the cost is. So, darling, after this, do yourself a favor and leave the city. You'll have enough, God forbid. But if you do, then, well, get out and leave all this behind. You can definitely escape it if you're quick. Just don't cross anyone. It's pretty funny coming from me. I wouldn't be in this mess if I didn't cross someone. You know, I used to be a pickpocket. I was real good at it, too. Went through the streets, cleaned them up, or more like cleaned them out. I'd like to consider my service of lightening pockets to be quite a legitimate one. Well, as long as no one catches you, it is. As much as I look back on it, it's not fond. It's more of a sarcastic take. I wish I didn't have to live in this place. I'd much rather escape with you. If only I could. You think it's that easy, huh? There's invisible strings attached with everything. Surely even you know that. Even if you're a greenhorn about this, you still have to be initiated. You've been through something, haven't you? You've done a job at least once, or they wouldn't put you on this one. And if you've done that, you understand. You understand everything you need to. At least I hope so. It was at that very moment that I realized something crucial. I realized this wasn't gonna be just any other job, because I saw it in their eyes. That kitty cat was here for the wrong reasons. I don't know what it was that told me, but my instincts were screaming at me. My eyes almost started to water right then. Something was terribly wrong. If I had to place it, it was like a million daggers driven through their heart. And something in this cold, guarded heart of mine spoke to that. It ached for them. All I wanted at this point was a reckless abandon of what I was supposed to do. Yet I knew I couldn't. Between a rock and a hard place, I wanted to help them, but I knew their purpose in this mission. You don't put a rookie on a high-end job for any reason. They were looking for someone to blame. A novice to be caught, wrapped up tighter than a Christmas present and locked away for the rest of their days. This wasn't an innocent job, and I had to level with them. Even if it meant I get more bullseyes placed straight away on my forehead. Those red dots felt like home at this point anyways. What's a few more to the most wanted man and deadliest agent? Is of course what I'd like to say. But at the end of the day, I was at a middle ground. I wasn't the highest echelon, and certainly didn't have the weight to pull for messing up something like this. So there was only one solution left. I'm in a level with you right here and now, kitty cat. If you don't want to get yourself locked away, back down right now. You're in over your head. Take it from an expert. Why I'm telling you? I don't know myself, actually. You're my safe way out of this, and yet, here I am ready to double-cross for a complete stranger who's lying to me. Oh, I know you've told some lies to me, and that's fine. Even if they were the truth, I couldn't tell. You're interesting like that. Something about you, kitty cat, has my blood boiling. I'm sick of people taking advantages of the newbies and putting them into death sentences. While you won't die from this, you'll be locked away for the rest of your life, and that image in my head of those eyes from behind bars, no. Once they lock you in the slammer, that's it. And I'm not going to put you through that. Not even if this was my ticket out of this cruel city. You know, it's funny, I said I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't compromise no matter who it was they put me with, and here I am. I could never shut off my heart, you see. Agent, thief, didn't matter. Right now, the only thing I want to do is get you out of here. My job comes second. We'll see what we can do. Well, I suppose it was unreasonable of me to ask you to step down now, but I'm willing to bet that nobody told you you'd be the sacrificial lamb for their crime. You would have been the sacrificial lamb for mine if I didn't fall in love with those eyes. What's the matter, sweet stuff? You can't handle when I'm speaking my mind? Well, even if you could, would it matter? If you think I'm lying about this, well, I guess that's where this conversation ends. I tried my best, and you have to do what you've got to do. But if you believe me, that I'm not just trying to smuggle all this money for myself, then maybe we can do something about it. I have a plan, one just crazy enough to work. You see, double-crossers are used to getting double-crossed, but there's rarely someone who will triple-cross, if that makes sense. A lot of people have guts, bravery, but they don't like looking down the barrel of a gun. It's not very pleasant, having those red dots trailed to you. Let me tell you, there's been a number of times I didn't think I'd get away with my crimes, but I did, by the skin of my teeth. And even then, I'm still lucky to be alive. Before we go forward with anything else, I need to make one thing clear. If we get out of this, it's not really getting out of this. You leave the city and you don't look back. Anything else, and you're just going to end up on the side of the street forgotten like there was no tomorrow. And just in case you thought that was too easy, our plan isn't exactly gonna leave us in a good state. Gonna have to change our names, hide, lay low for a long time. You sure you're okay with that? Don't be so excited about leaving your old life behind now. You might just make me concerned that I'm doing some kind of charity work here. Now, kitty cat, if you trust me, it's gonna be difficult. Here's the plan. First things first. We're going to be taking the emerald. Yes, the Aztec emerald of whatever that guy's name is. I don't know the name, but I know its specifications. More importantly, I know its security system. There was a good reason why we're taking this. And you might not understand it, but if we don't take this, it's gonna be much worse for us. People have killed for less than this emerald before, and they'll do it again, and again if they need to. It doesn't matter how many times. It's a cycle, similar to the Hope Diamond. I don't know if you've heard of this, but with that, there's a cycle of misfortune that happens with it. Anyone who comes into possession with it always meets with a bloody end. It's the same thing with this, so I'd like to get rid of it as fast as we can, and not have that curse follow us. If you ask me if I believe in curses, of course I don't. It's the money involved. That's the real curse. The underlying cause of all the misfortune is money. Yet it's something we all need, so I've got something lined up. Someone who might just be willing to part with some green for this beautiful emerald. Now you might be wondering why I'm telling you this in a restaurant with 6 people watching us, 2 people recording us, and the waitstaff having guns. Well, there's 2 reasons for it. One is, kitty cat, you gotta learn to live on the edge, and I'm expecting them to hear this. That's just it. They don't know what my spin is on this, and they think it's just a bluff, and that's exactly what I want them to think. But then they'll doubt that. They'll think that's exactly what I want them to think. But at the end of the day, they're going to try and steal it from us. We're going to try and steal it back. It's going to be a war of thieves. Oh, don't worry about me, honey. You gotta worry about yourself. They're going to be suspecting that this is all just a bluff. Me trying to manipulate you, get you to perform a better job, and to them, maybe it is. But it's important and only relevant what it means to you. Do you trust me? If you can trust a backstabber like me not to backstab you, then maybe, just maybe, we get out of this alive and a whole lot richer. What I'd do with all that money? Nothing really. I just want to settle down with someone who loves me. Maybe go on some adventures, explore the world. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I never thought of the concept of having money because I've always been in debt. Always been one step behind the bastards with all the money. With that said, I pity them more than I envy them. Anyone willing to worship money like that ends up in a sad state of affairs. They always end up getting stabbed in the back, and I always end up picking up with new employment. I can't tell you how many times my boss has changed in these 10 years of working with them. Back when I was a kid. I'm a little more mature now, but I'm still just as young as I used to be. Just seen some things. Things I ain't too proud of, but at the same time I'm used to it. Well, there's some things you never get used to, and that's exactly why I'm working with you. That's exactly why I want to save you. Because at this point, I don't know. Something about seeing those eyes changed it, man. What can I say? Guess I'm a little soft still, too. Don't think I'm so soft that I'd let you stab me in the back, though. I'll figure you out one of these days. And if we're gonna run away together, we might as well figure out if we can tolerate living with each other. Otherwise, this might as well go down south already. You might be better in the slammer than with a talkative fellow like me. But at the same time, if you actually want to be something to me, you might just have what it takes. Never know, kitty cat. Not until you try. But look at the time. I guess it's about the moment we should start heading to our destination. You know exactly what to do, right? Then follow my lead. If you'll excuse us and... Oh! Oops, my hand slipped there. Sorry about that, fellow. No need to worry about them. I wouldn't dream of dirtying my hands with killing an innocent person. Well, I can't say they're innocent for sure, but do you really want to take that chance? Even if he saw my face, we're leaving the city, aren't we? What's that? Is that the sound of a kitty cat trusting me? Well, I did say I wasn't gonna lie to you. Not because of those eyes. Well, maybe because of those eyes. First love is an interesting thing, and appreciation of beauty is even more interesting. I don't know which it is with you, but I'm willing to find out. Just for you, baby. Did you catch feelings for me already? Well, then my plan's working as intended. Well, I wonder, am I gonna stab you in the back or save you? Guess you gotta take that coin flip now that you've gone knees deep in this. Now stay silent. If anyone gets wind of us, this entire plan is gonna go south. Now, what we're gonna do is crawl up there. Yes, going above the chandeliers. Hope you don't have a fear of heights or anything. Well, that's a bad time to tell me, but look, you gotta do this. If you don't, the whole plan isn't gonna go through, and we're both going to end up with some cement shoes or something, and I don't really feel like that is a good way for our legacies to end. Aw, don't tell me you're worried about me. Trust me, what I'm doing is more dangerous, but when you're up there, there's 3 things you need to know. You need to follow this map, first of all. Second of all, stay in communications with this. Don't worry, no one will be the wiser. Just don't raise your voice because it travels. And third, I'm just collecting half my payment now. Oh, you've got quite the slap, huh? We'll see how that ends up. You owe me later. I'm kidding. You don't owe me anything. And sorry if that was a little too much, but I won't apologize just yet. I'll apologize if we make it out, so look forward to that, where you can get your revenge on me. How about that? Suits you, doesn't it? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're picking on me because you like me back. Careful, or I'll just have to come to my own conclusions. Now there's no time to waste. What you're gonna do when you're up there is very simple. I happen to know whose pocket this emerald is in, and you're going to make it a little lighter, in the wonderful tradition of pickpocketing. I bet you're wondering why I'm not the one up there with the fishing wire. Well, there's a good reason for it. What's gonna happen here is I'm gonna cause a distraction. And trust me, you need an expert to cause a distraction of this caliber. There's going to be a few things, but just trust me that I'm doing this for the purpose of the job. What's more, when the bullets start flying, keep your head down, okay? I doubt anyone would fire into the air anyways. You're about 30 feet up, so it's gonna be a little hard for them to hate you even if they did notice you were in the vents. But as soon as you get it, get a move on. The rendezvous point is over there. I mentioned it on the map. Made it clear as day. We're gonna get out and we have a vehicle waiting, okay? We'll go on the motorcycle. It's gonna be red. I know, it stands out, but I couldn't, in the time period, get something else. Had to call some serious favors in already, so let's make it count. Sounds like a plan? It's something, but I wouldn't call it that. Now, excuse me, things are about to get a little rowdy in here. Rowdy was an understatement. Things went to hell quick, gunshots filling the air like party favors. I was pinned down, but I had a way out. And once I saw that emerald start flying up magically, as if the angels had claimed it, I realized that was it. That was all I needed. Now to escape. But one caught me. It was painful, not fatal. Caught me in my shoulder, but there was no time to wait. I tumbled out from it. The mobsters were in chaos. The listeners of one group fighting with another group. Nobody knew who was trying to steal what, because I started it in a creative way. I guess you could say I framed them. I put a remote control gun under one of the tables, fired it off in a random direction that wouldn't hit anyone, and let them come to their own conclusions. It was brilliant. These are experts we're dealing with. There's no way I could beat them in a one-on-one, let alone a 1-on-20. There might have been extras too, but safe to say, once I caused the distraction, they caught on. Those of the listeners, at least. They chased after me. My footsteps rung out almost as loud as the gunshots as I burst through the window of the second story. Landed, twisted my ankle, but was still alive. And there they were. That kitty cat, as beautiful as the moonlight above. As we floored it out of there, things changed, the atmosphere. As the police sirens went right past us, nothing seemed like it could stop us. But that's where I was dead wrong. Maybe it was all just a sign that I wasn't really cut out for this line of work. Either way, what happened next was not what I had in my plans. We did it somehow. I still can't believe it, kitty cat. They're gonna be after us quickly. We have to get to my contact so we can sell it quick. Then we'll be out of this mess and out of this city and, well, that definitely doesn't seem like a good way to welcome somebody after they save your ass. So, I'm guessing this story is a little more complicated. Maybe I was a fool from the start, kitty cat. But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, where am I taking you to then? You do have to at least decide that, don't you? You're gonna use me to get to someplace. You don't look like you could ride a motorcycle, but then again, you don't look like someone who'd pull a gun on someone who saved your life. Then again, I'm guessing you have some ulterior motive here? Or is it just that you want the gem to yourself? Good luck selling it, though. I don't even care about the money. We'll need some of it to escape the authorities. Well, isn't that just fucking ironic? You would be someone sent to watch me, huh? Well, that complicates things a bit now, doesn't it, kitty cat? We still got 5 miles to the destination you set, so why not just tell me exactly what's going on here? No, you're not obliged to do that, right? You're an agent, and a damn good one, I have to say. I thought you were a greenhorn, but clearly, I was the one who was too green. You know, I didn't lie about that. Oh, and sorry about your kiss, officer. What do you mean? Officer, agent, whatever you want to say. You're a whole lot more official than me, so I guess we're not running away together anymore, huh? I should have known better than to have trusted, but still got a soft heart after all these years. How about you? Want to let me get away? I mean, I guess it might be better to go in the slammer than to be left all alone. With no money, people trying to kill me. It won't be much better. I think you know what'll happen to me in there. So, you got some kind of solution for me? Or you just don't care? I wouldn't blame you either way. I am just a scoundrel in this twisted city. And you've probably dealt with many of them just like me. So I won't ask you for something special. Maybe a kiss goodbye. Don't look at me like that. You almost look like you're thinking about something. Almost like that kiss I stole meant something to you. That mixture of twisted feelings. What you know you need to do, what you want to do. Is that what it is? No, I'm not trying some mind tricks with you to try and get you on my side. I know your type. The agents, just like me. I was doing this mission. And I compromised everything, didn't I? Started a war, it could be said. And I felt bad for the people caught in between it. But I did it for you. And even if it makes me a scoundrel for doing that, I won't regret it or say I'm sorry. Because right now, and back then, my feelings are the same. Just for you, kitty cat. For all the lies you might have told me, agent or not. I'm happy we had that little run-in. Why'd you go along with it anyways? Makes sense. So you're an international agent. Interesting. So, mind telling me why we're at this warehouse? Is this where you dispose of me? Lay low, you say. You make yourself sound like a criminal. I don't think it suits you. You are, at the end of the day, an agent just like me, but I have a feeling your means with that emerald are a whole lot more legitimate, correct? Or am I to take it as you're a double agent, triple agent, something like that too? Well, you're not as talkative as before. I'll just talk to myself then. There I was, caught like a novice in a spidery web of lies. And more importantly, there was the kitty cat behind it all. Played me like a deck of cards, and yet I couldn't even be mad about it. It was strange, even as the ropes wrapped around my hands. I didn't feel any sense of fear, which was strange. I always feared going out as a nobody, and this was gonna make me somebody. A strange mixture of feelings came at once. But then, no torture, no gunshot. It was as if the night stood still, them pacing back and forth, as if they didn't know what to do with me. I felt a little special, that I, for better or worse, instilled some strong feeling in them, even with that kiss that should have meant nothing. Deep down, I hoped that this betrayal was something I could justify, I could explain. At the end of the day, I knew they were just following orders, probably from some upper echelon, with much more in stake. At the end of the day, we all have those guns pointed at the back of our head. I just hoped that they might actually be the one person who didn't. But at the same time, maybe it was my saving grace that they were. That it was them, and not some other person. Some random stranger would have been worse. And yet no clicking of the gun, no bang, no end. I wasn't sure what it was, but something definitely was fishy here. So, sweetheart, you gonna tell me what's gonna happen to me, or is it just a surprise? How I can be so calm? Well, I figure my goose is already cooked the moment you cocked that barrel in the back of my head. If anything, you're gracing me with the company of talking to your prisoner. It's better than those cells. Isolation chambers are the worst. I've been in a few myself. Almost starved in one of them. Yeah, I'm sure you know all about things like that. Being an international agent is twice as deadly. So, what's that? Looks like a letter, but as my hands are tied up, you might want to read it to me. Huh. So, it's something like that. Plain, simple, and to the point. You sure do have a lot of sides to you, kitty cat. I think I've fallen more in love with you. But which side do I like more? The agent who backstabbed me and had the guts to be a double agent? Or the one that was the innocent, first-time rookie? I can't tell which one I like better so far. Do you want to show me more sides of you? Well, I'm trying to be as suave as a man can be when he's tied to a chair. Well, I'm not opposed if you aren't. What? You can be a double-crosser, but I can't be a bit of a pervert? Might as well. I mean, it might be my last time being a free man. I'm gonna live it up till the very last moment. No, I might be wrong about you like I was at the start, but you're not a monetary type person, are you? You care about something more than money. Want to talk about it? What have you got to lose? I'm at your mercy, aren't I? And if anything, I just want to know how you feel. I know I'm a dangerous fellow with dangerous priorities, but I'm also a man who's tied up in a chair at your mercy. What? I can't enjoy your reaction a little bit. You looked away. Makes me think that you're enjoying this little dynamic. Thinking that it's just a ploy to escape? Well, I wonder what you'll think if I tell you I don't really want to. Where am I gonna go? To my employer who will, well, do some rather terrible things to me. I think he might pull some triggers and I wouldn't be a very happy man. Or do I go to the authorities and turn myself in so I can go and have that happen while being imprisoned and be another statistic? Or do I take my chance with you and maybe have a chance at not having that happen? And that letter there, if I'm not mistaken, is you telling me you want to give me a way out. Or rather, a way back in, right? You want me to be an agent, or something like that. Now that's a strange way to ask somebody. Putting a gun to their head, tying them up in a chair, but honestly, it's breaking the ice just fine, so I say you're doing fine, kitty cat. What's the worst that could happen, huh? I'm already at your mercy, so what do you want to do with me? No, not your orders. I'm not asking what needs to be done. What do you want to be done? What do I mean to you after this little shenanigans that we caught ourselves into? I don't expect to mean very much, but maybe I could change that. Maybe you'd give me a chance to. Looks like your superiors want to give you a chance to. What's the matter? You seem like you're a little agitated. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you are the one in the chair mentally right now. So what am I gonna do with you, kitty cat? Absolutely nothing, 'cause I can't. But you have all the power right now. I'm at your mercy. I wouldn't be opposed if you wanted to, let me free or keep me like this if you prefer. I'm just not so much fond of collars. Well, not when they're on me. I'd rather put them on you. I'm kidding, kitty cat. I don't mind if they're on me either. Not the point. Of course it's the point. Come on. What you gonna do, kitty cat? You gonna break all the rules for me like I broke them for you? You can say a lot of things about me, but I was true to my word. So, are you gonna be true to yours, or am I just going down a rabbit hole that never ends? Well, I thought as much from the start, so why is it you're looking at me with that expression then? What's this? Undoing the ropes all of a sudden? That's unexpected. Well, I get it. It's trading one rope for another. Is this the end? Well, I guess only you can decide. I'll just close my eyes and figure out what happens next. Oh, right. Revenge for the kiss. I almost forgot about that. You're a sloppy kisser, but I'm surprised you were the one to make a move. Well, I guess at this point, revenge is revenge. You can do whatever you want with me. Don't tell me that's an exciting prospect, or you might just get me excited too. Your motive is written all over your face. You don't want to see me have any of those terrible fates, do you? I know I'm the man with the silver tongue, but I'm not manipulating you. If anything, I don't mind being at your mercy. Because I trust you as a person, not an agent. At the end of the day, we're all people, right? And I just want to get to know you. That's why I kissed you. It wasn't for any strange motives. I wasn't necessarily being a pervert. Maybe just a little bit, but nothing serious. And all I wanted was to have an excuse to get to know you. That's the plain and simple of it. Surprised? Thought you might be. Because at the end of the day, I'm at a loss for words when it comes to you. Because I think about it and I'm not sure what to say. Mostly on accounts that I think about you and I think I see myself. No, don't worry about it. It's strange, but... Well, I'll be damned. You feel the same way. I guess we both got our collars and our masters to serve, right? Yeah, that's how it is. Being under someone. Being an agent of something. It's always something. You don't want that for the rest of your life, do you? But you're scared. I can see it in your eyes. You're afraid of something. They got some leverage on you that you're not saying. And I'm okay with you doing whatever you have to. It's okay, kitty cat. If I have to be your sacrificial lamb, I don't know. I guess I'm tired of it all. The land of espionage and lies doesn't suit me. I've got a soft spot and I don't really feel like ever feeling like I did before. You see, I've got a heavy conscience. And a rendezvous similar to ours, on a much smaller scale, I stabbed someone in the back. I went along with the mission, just following orders, and I never stopped regretting it. Because when I turned off my heart, I felt like someone I wasn't. And I have a feeling you're similar in that you can't turn off your heart real well, can you? I'm happy, knowing whether my fate is good or bad. I got to share the innermost feelings I have. Or maybe I'm just a liar fucking around trying to manipulate you. No, you're right. I'm a terrible liar. And that was the other problem. I had to get sneaky with things. I'm such a terrible liar that I had to lie to myself to believe it. And that's where I lost myself. Trying to blank out the bad memories, focusing on the good, but there's only so much that can be done with that, Kitty cat. You can fool everyone, and sometimes you can even fool yourself, but it's the guilt that comes in the subconscious that never goes away. And I don't want you to have that under you. If anything, never look back, kitty cat. If you have to give me up, that's one thing, but I won't give up on you. Even if I have to. I think you'll always remember those eyes. The eyes that showed compassion and didn't shoot that in the back of my head, or the ones that slapped me just right, made my heart race just a little when I thought I didn't have it anymore, when I thought I was finally out of this blasted city. Then you'd show me a way back in. Would I dive right back into hell with you? Hell yes, I would. And that's why I signed on the dotted line. Guess that would make us partners, huh? Going back into this land of espionage, but as long as I don't lose you, I think I might have the heart to make it. Oh, this is strange. It's like I'm your pet more than your partner. At least, judging by this that you fastened to my neck. The anti-betrayal device, you said? It's a shock collar, right? Well, I'll consider it a step up on the ladder of being tied to a chair. I don't really mind. I trust you. You wouldn't shock me for anything, right? So, what's this first dog's duty for you, kitty cat?